Uh-oh, we are entering a very active pattern with winter storms on the way. Those storms could bring big time snow and ice to millions. When will these storms hit and how much snow could we get? All that and more in your forecast starting now. Looking at the radar in the US right now, we've got this big swath of snow in the Midwest that will march its way to the east during the day on Saturday. And that will be our first winter storm that we need to watch. Currently, we've got some winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings for that storm where several inches of snow could fall. Now, we've also got some winter storm watches, winter storm warnings, and winter weather advisories in the mid-Atlantic and Northeast where our first winter storm could drop significant amounts of snow. Now, you'll find this hard to believe, but we also have another ice storm warning in Pennsylvania just east of Pittsburgh. And if you remember the last video, that is almost identical in the position that it was for the last storm. Now, looking out west here, we've got some winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings in the mountains here, in places like Oregon, Idaho, and Wyoming. And then we've even got some freeze warnings down here in Southern California with some red flag warnings here in New Mexico. Now, the two big stories in this video will be the significant amounts of snow that these winter storms will drop in the western United States, especially in the mountains, and then in the eastern United States, especially in the northeast, where over the course of a week and a half, we could get up to a foot or more in some locations. Now, the other big story is the rain for the southeast and Southern California, where the red and the orange is 2 to 3 inches of rain that could fall as these winter storms move over the same areas. So flooding could be a concern in the southeast coming up this next week. All right, so let's first begin with the storm that's ongoing right now in the Midwest. That storm will move towards the northeast. As it does so, look how strong it gets once it goes off the coast. That snow on the northern side gets very strong. The low deepens to about 104 millibars, and that affects the northeast Saturday night into Sunday. Now, it could also drop some good snow in northern Michigan, and also check this out. We've got freezing rain in Ohio and Pennsylvania once again. So that could definitely be an issue during the day on Saturday, and then going into Sunday morning. By the time it's all said and done, we'll have generally about 3 to 7 inches of snow falling in central Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, and northern Michigan. Now, your freezing rain totals, I think less freezing rain will fall with this system than the last one, but we still have 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch that could fall in places like Cleveland and State College. And we've got those ice storm warnings just east of Pittsburgh here in Pennsylvania. You guys could get over 1/4 of an inch of ice or more. Those poor Pennsylvanians. So when is this storm going to be a problem for the Northeast? We'll start this here on Saturday during the day. I think the Northeast should remain fairly dry on Saturday, but watch as we go into Saturday night. Notice how we've got this big plume of moisture coming up. We've also got this other plume of moisture coming from Michigan. Those two are going to merge during the overnight hours on Saturday, and watch what happens Sunday morning. Look at this massive snow shield. This is a deepening low pressure right off the coast. When you get that kind of storm, you could be looking at some big time snowfall rates. And then to the south, we'll have rain. In between that, we could have some freezing rain and sleet in Pennsylvania. So once again, another wintry mess. As we move into late Sunday morning, that snow should continue in the northeast, say until about 7, 8, 9 a.m. as our low pressure moves way off the coast. By the time it's all said and done, we'll have a huge area of 6 to 10 inches of snow plus, with places like Boston and Albany and Syracuse getting absolutely dumped on. Now, in terms of our freezing rain, once again, that will be pretty much limited to Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Northern Virginia. And a lot of those same areas that got hit will get hit once again with freezing rain. That's a bad beat right there. So close to snow, but so far. Now, once that winter storm moves out, we'll have a couple more chances of winter storms next week. And that'll start on Tuesday, where the Weather Prediction Center has anywhere from a 10 to 50% chance of getting significant amounts of snow or sleet. Wednesday, those chances shift to the east, and we've got upwards of a 90% chance of getting wintry precipitation in the mid-Atlantic. Thursday, once again, we reload, and we've got another chance for a winter storm here in the Ohio Valley. Of course, I'm going to the summit that day, so we'll probably get a massive storm in Ohio right when I leave. The second I hop on the plane, it'll probably start dumping snow. And then on Friday, that storm continues moving off the East Coast, where we're looking at yet again another winter storm. Stop what you're doing right now. Pick up your mouse in your hand just like this, throw it in the air, grab it again, hit the subscribe button, and mash the like button. And leave a comment below. Look, someone's leaving a comment. This video is so cool. Wow. Back to you. you, Stormcat. Let's zoom back out, and I want to go into detail on each winter storm chance. This storm you're seeing now on the Euro is the winter storm we already went into detail for the Northeast. So that'll move off the coast during the day Sunday, and we should have a period of quiet weather Sunday night into Monday. But watch what happens Monday night. I'm going to pause it right there. Boom! That's Tuesday morning. We've got this broad area of precipitation that forms. That is our second possible winter storm. One thing to notice here is there really isn't a strong defined area of low pressure where you would expect it to be, and that could keep things relatively weak as this storm pushes east on Tuesday. But this is where the southeast will get a lot of its rain, and places in the mid-Atlantic could get a quick shot of snow. Watch Wednesday as Mother Nature reloads. We've got our next storm system taking shape and absolutely hammering places like Oklahoma and Kansas with snow and freezing rain. And storm number 3 here should be stronger. The Euro's picking up a low of about 1,001 millibars. We could see an axis of heavy snow here that forms somewhere in the Ohio Valley. Are you kidding me? Once again, freezing rain for Pennsylvania. What is going on? And then on Thursday night, our storm system moves into the northeast and eventually moves off the coast going into Friday morning. Now west is going to get another winter storm Thursday and Friday that could drop snow in basically every mountain range that they got. The Cascades, the Rockies, and the Sierra Nevadas. Everyone could get in on that snow action. Skiers would be like, wow, look at all the snow that's falling. These winter storms out here in the mountains are crazy. And after that winter storm hits the mountains, this is winter storm chance number 4. This one could be our strongest one yet. Notice how the Euro has this 996 low. That would mean some big time snow for the Midwest. Now time to take a look at some probabilities. The red, that's 90%. Orange, that's 80. Yellow is 70. Blue and green are like 50 to 60. And this is the Euro Ensemble. And the Euro Ensemble has basically half of the country having at least a 90% chance to get at least an inch of snow. Now this is 3 inches, and still a huge swath of the country having a very good chance of getting at least 3 inches of snow. Now 6 inches, the Northeast and the mountains out west are big winners here. Now 12 inches. Whoa! 18! Happy skiers and happy Northeasterners. Sad Ohio. 0%. That sucks. As for the specific amounts, it's way too early to get into that. But know the 2 areas that have the greatest chance of getting big time snow with these winter storms is the Northeast and Ohio Valley and the mountains on the West Coast. And lastly, guys, I just want to thank everyone that tuned in yesterday to an epic 4-hour stream where we interviewed the co-author of the storm chasing bill in Oklahoma that's causing a lot of noise among storm chasers. We had Reed Timmer, Daniel Shaw, Eric Fox, Dan Wallace, Jordan Hall, the legend Warren Fadley, the legend Vince Welty, and Edgar O'Neill all weighing in on what their thoughts were of this bill. And Scott Fettgatter, who co-wrote the bill, also joined and took our questions. So if you do want to watch this, go to our YouTube page and look for this video because it was a doozy. It's under the Outbreak live streams with Stormcat 5 playlist. A huge thank you to all of our new and existing members and all of our new and existing subscribers. That about does it for today's video. Thank you for joining me. I hope each of you have a wonderful weekend and do something nice for someone this weekend. Love on someone who needs it. Spread the love, baby. And as always, this is Stormcat 5, and I'll see you on the next one.